Their steps are stories. Their gestures are prayers. Gold shines upon their brows. Wisdom flows from their channels. The land that has kept ancient secret gates again. BlackStar rises again. From north, east, center, and south, we converge. The rhythm are the legacy. We are the BlackStar shining over the world. Thank you. Be seated. When Jifa said we will succeed because the steer is in your hands, I almost said, Mama is steer, but I realized the steer is in my hands already. I have a speech here, but I'll make a few comments before I read my speech, as has become my practice nowadays. This has been a beautiful event. And I want to thank Jifa, the ministry, Rex Omar, and all those involved in the BlackStar experience, because it's a multifaceted component of our whole tourism experience. BlackStar experience is the overarching superdome of everything that is a component under it, and Rex Omar expatiated that very well. Today we're doing this at a historical monument. You know, in 1957 we gained independence, and in addition to the BlackStar Square, which is to our right, we have this monument, which is called the Independence Arc. Now, if you're a student of history, you know what arcs represent. In the past, Alexander the Great, Otto von Bismarck, Napoleon, all of them, when they went to war and they were victorious, an arc was built to commemorate the victory that they had gained. And so when Kwame Nkrumah gained us our independence in 1957, this arc is the monument to actually memorialize our independence. And that's why when you see on top there, you see AD 1957. For those who understand Latin, AD means Anno Domini, and AD represents after Christ. So we have two ages in all our history. We have before Christ, which is called BC, and then we have AD, which is after Christ. And so Anno Domini, the year of 1957, Ghana chalked a success, and this arc was built to commemorate that success. And when it was built, Kwame Nkrumah's comrades, Marcus Garvey, W.E.B. Du Bois, and all of them, they envisaged the concept of the Black Star. Because in all our history, you look in the sky, you see a star shining. Because we are miles away, you can see it glitter. But when you go closer, it might not necessarily be white, it could be a different color. And so in all the commemoration of the stars in the sky, it was envisaged that Ghana, the first country to gain independence, was going to be the star of all of Black Africa, including the diaspora. And that is why Kwame Nkrumah talked about the Black Star, the African personality, and all that, to make us proud in our identity and who we were. In the last 8 years, attempts have been made to suppress the role Kwame Nkrumah played in gaining our independence. Indeed, people have said he's not the founder of our nation. Not he alone could have founded our nation. But however you try to suppress the name of Kwame Nkrumah, it has gone beyond our hands. Kwame Nkrumah is a worldwide icon, recognized by the whole world. Recently, I hosted the chairman of the Confederation of African Football, CAF, our brother from South Africa, Motsepe. While we're sitting and talking, he said one of the things that he learned in school, and that has stayed with him since he left, he grew and became an adult, was what Kwame Nkrumah said after Ghana gained independence. And he paraphrased what Kwame Nkrumah said on our Independence Day. I mean, for a country that had become independent, and we all were enjoying and joyful that we were the first nation to become independent, his thinking went beyond Ghana. And he said that, and this is what Motsepe told me, the independence of Ghana is meaningless. It means all the joy we're having is meaningless unless it is linked to the total liberation of the African continent. So that was Kwame Nkrumah for you. But the performances that we have seen here today, I remember as a young student growing up in Legon, we had our little drama studio. And our students in Legon, for their exams and their performances, had to choreograph a drama performance. And we, the students, used to go to the drama studio and pay to go and watch those performances. And they did very well. Beautiful African performances. All of us growing up, maybe of my age, my children here, Shahid and Farida might not have lived in that age. I remember those epic performances. The king must dance naked, and how we used to flock to go and watch it. In the chest of a woman, or was it in the bosom of a woman? Those of you who are my age, remind me if I make a mistake. In the chest of a woman. There was one called Jogolo. There was even Jakarta or something. I mean, and that was the golden age of dramatic performances in Ghana. And I remember we used to flock to go and watch those performances. There were even the ones that were the movie. And several, icons in the movie industry, some of whom are alive, some of whom are dead. And we lived through all that era, Gollywood, Kumawood. I remember I asked that they don't show foreign films on the presidential jet anymore, and that we should watch Ghanaian movies. And no, this was when I was president before, and I'm going to give the edit again. The plane is going for service. When it comes out, ask them to change all the repertoire and put Ghanaian movies. And I watched a very interesting one between Lil Wayne and I've forgotten his name. When some armed robbers attacked him in conspiracy with his wife, and then Lil Wayne and his wife found him lying down. And the wife said, "Oh, armed robbers." And Lil Wayne said, "Debbie, Obroni, if you play with a tough one." And then they took him home, nursed him, and Lil Wayne was pounding fufu and said, anywhere he puts the yam, he should pound it. And then he kept putting the yam, the guy was pounding. And then he wanted to taste one of the yams, he put it in his mouth, and the guy knocked his mouth with the pounding stick. I mean, these are interesting, they are creative. And I mean, we have the talent. We all knew about Niyate, may God bless his soul, committed to dance choreography. We used to go to the National Theatre to work the Ghana Dance Ensemble, Ghana Dance Company, Noyam, all of them. I'm happy that in all this economic crisis and all that, they still are alive and that the talent is still there. Now here, even though Niyate is gone, his son has taken over and is doing fantastic creative work. And there's something that happened on the day President Nixon, came to Ghana during the independence. He was not president at the time. But while they were jubilating at Ghana's independence, there was this black guy who was so happy and, dancing and jumping all over the place. And President Nixon asked him, how does it feel to be independent? And he says, I don't know, because I'm an American, we're not liberated yet. And at that time, blacks in America did not have the vote. Black people did not vote in elections in America. And at the time, Americans were fighting their civil rights movement to give black people the freedom in America to be considered the same as white Americans. And so Ghana became independent even before our brothers in America, the blacks, gained their civil rights. And so he says, I don't know how it is to be independent. I'm American, I'm from Alabama. That's what the guy said. But subsequently, in 1960s, the blacks in America also got the vote. And so Ghana's independence is a very pivotal event. And that's why we're drawing our inspiration for our tourism experience. We have a lot to market. We have talent, we have creative. And so we have a lot to market to make our tourism experience something that people will crave for. And so as your president, I will open the creative space. I'm going to open the door for you. And when I open that door, let nobody close it again. And we're going to do this together, all of us. And so whatever ideas you have, we're open to it. And let this be the start of the BlackStar experience. And we'll hand this over from government to government to government. It doesn't matter whether it's NDC or MPP or PNC or CPP. We are all the BlackStar. We're Ghanaians, and we're proud of our heritage and our culture. Now let me inflict this speech on you. Mercifully, it's not too long. I think it's just some 5 pages or so. And so I've said what was in my heart. Now, let me tell you officially what they're asking me to tell you. This evening as I... Okay, the flag is here. It says, this evening as I hold the flag of the BlackStar experience, a renewal, national spirit and cultural identity, I am filled with immense pride and hope. So here's the flag. Okay, you can take the flag now. Today we're not merely launching a brand, we're reclaiming our narrative and projecting to the world a bold new vision of Ghana. A Ghana that stands tall, vibrant, proud, and unstoppable. We're launching a movement